Okay, all right. So we're rolling here. How's your week going?
Oh my gosh, so good. How about you?
Yeah, it's
So
been it's been
busy.
it's been busy. Yeah, yeah.
For real
So
estate and life or just real estate?
both real estate, life, rental property, a lot of stuff going on. Some tenant changeovers, some rental property repair. It made me really consider getting a property manager. I might do it.
Do it.
Yeah,
What are they charging now?
less headache.
10%? What
I
what's the
think
standard right
eight.
now?
I talked
Okay.
to a lady named Liz
Yeah.
Buchanan at um, Advent, and she sounded really good. So if I do, then I think that's who I'm going to go with.
Honestly, Warren, just do it. I've heard that it's like 7 to 10%
Yeah,
of the your rental, right?
and
Your
they can
monthly
deal with
rental.
all the BS. But the thing is, most of the time, there's no issues. Like I
Yeah.
can go years with the same tenants, and there's no issues. But then when there is, it's like it's a headache.
Well,
But you
plus
pay
you're
for
not
that.
here
You
all the
pay for
time.
that, so you don't have to deal with it anyway. It's probably
This
the
is
it's
a
probably the answer. Probably the answer.
this is a classic hire a professional.
Yeah, it is.
I don't have time to do it because I'm doing our real estate sales over here.
Yeah. No, I know. Because I was over there last week for like 10 hours. Not that long. Six,
It felt
seven,
like 10.
7 hours.
Yeah.
Long time. Yeah. Anyway. So
Okay.
something to do. Yeah.
Can I just say one thing real quick?
Yeah.
Does it hear like I'm yelling? I'm not used to these earpods and it's canceling everything else out. So I feel like I want to talk so loud.
I kind of feel like I'm yelling too. Aaron, am I yelling? No, it just sounds like
Okay.
it.
Okay. I'll just get
Yeah.
used to it. I'll try and talk normal.
Okay.
Okay. So for those of you joining us, thank you so much if you're tuning in. Warren, what are we doing for everybody?
Oh, this is our Sunday morning coffee. It's our monthly beginning of the new month, and we're just catching up on life, catching up on real estate, um, and talking about things that we're curious about, about each other and about each other's markets, but also
Yeah.
maybe we'll touch on some things that our viewers want to hear too, that might
Oh,
help
for
them
sure.
understand the market and things related to
And
real estate
absolutely. And
in
it's perfect.
Vancouver and Victoria, and maybe throughout BC as
And
well.
yeah. I was going to say it's perfect that we're doing this now because it's almost like the calm before the storm, before we have all of our showings, tours, etc.
Like today.
This
Yeah.
afternoon today. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Totally.
tell me, you go first. What are you guys seeing right now in Victoria and surrounding areas? Like it's insane out here. So I want to hear what's happening for you.
Okay. Got some interesting things here. So yeah, the sales numbers were definitely up in January over December, and that's for houses, condos, townhouses. Condo sales are up drastically or dramatically, 83% from a year ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And this is Victoria specific or
Greater
Island
Victoria,
specific?
Greater Victoria.
Greater Victoria. Okay.
Yeah. House sales are up 48%. Okay.
Wow.
Which doesn't seem significant because you're like, well, condos are up 83%, but the biggest price changes are in houses. So
Yes.
that can only be explained by a shortage in supply of houses
100%.
and a lot more condos available, right? Because how else can you have such a big difference in the number of sales between the two types, but only one is seeing a significant price increase? So that's something interesting there. The luxury market in Victoria has taken off, and by luxury they mean properties over $2 million.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm like, whoa,
It's scary.
they're selling.
Yeah.
They're selling.
So a year ago, there were only 4 sales of properties over $2 million in January 2020. And this past January 2021, 25
Wow.
sales of luxury property. Yeah.
That's
So
insane.
that's two things. Firstly, just that segment overall is a lot more active. But also the price increases. A lot of properties were selling, below that threshold. Now the same property is selling over $2 million. So it's a combination of that, that segment of the market being awoken and increase in prices.
And also, do you think that that's attributed to buyers' changes in needs during the pandemic, like changing in
100%.
needs? Yeah.
Yeah. Totally.
Larger space, maybe they have a family, they're working from home. Maybe they don't need to be in the office all the time.
All those things. Working from home is a big thing. Realizing that life is short and let's spend a little bit of money and get to an area that's going to enhance our quality of life. A lot of people moving from the mainland, as we discussed last month, buying up this property. So a lot of mainlanders and some Americans as well, buying up the expensive properties.
So can I ask a question? For a $2 million on average luxury property out where you are, what can that get somebody? Like, because I can speak to Greater Vancouver, Metro Vancouver here. If you're not getting that much necessarily, but what does it get you out there?
So in one of the more prestigious neighborhoods like Oak Bay, that would get maybe a house on a standard lot, which might be 50 by 120, or I don't know what the exact dimension is, but about that size, just comparing it to Vancouver. And it could be a relatively new house. That's not a big lot. Like, that's not a big lot out there. And then you would go out to, say, areas of Saanich, or the peninsula where you've got larger properties, like maybe sitting on an acre. And then you're also looking at newer homes out there, maybe within like 10 years old. So yeah, there's been a big price increase out there because there weren't really many homes selling over $2 million in those areas. Like
that's
Highlands,
really interesting.
What's the area? The Gowan Todd area.
I don't know where that is.
Just what do they call it? It's slipping my mind right now, but yeah, up northern, the northern region of the peninsula.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
that's good to know.
So yeah, in town, like Oak Bay, it's kind of similar to Burnaby or that sort of pricing. North Burnaby,
except for around that price for a $2 million home on a 33-foot lot, which is substantially smaller.
That's right.
For something newer, those are going above 2-3 if they're good quality homes.
Yeah.
I've seen some recent sales, and then there was a sale, actually land value sale up the street from my house in Burnaby, 33 by 122, a little bit better views than mine. It sold for $1,350,000 just for the lot.
Just for the land. Yeah,
just for the lot.
So for Oak Bay, I think for that new house on that 50-foot lot, it probably is about two and a half million. Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. But you're getting such a larger lot though and home than here.
Yes. Yeah. Overall, throughout Greater Victoria. Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
What do you have on the agenda for today? Because like I'm swamped.
What do we have? Actually, I'm still working with a lot of our clients in Vancouver too. Working on their searches and doing stuff out there. I don't have anything in Victoria today. If anything, it'd be taking some buyers to look at some new listings that came on. There's a lot of new listings coming on finally in single family detached. Before it was like, a few a week, and now it's like, there've been 10 in the last week that kind of meet their criteria. Yeah. Why don't you talk to me about Vancouver? But I have something about rentals and Airbnbs out here, but we can kind of leave it. We can just I'll talk about that later.
Okay, I do want to hear about that though. What's happening out here? Well, we're seeing sales are up across all property types as well. Did something happen with this? It cut out? No? Okay. No. So sales are up across all property types, condos, townhouses, detached. Insane. I've noticed that. So all of the Strata listings for condos that we've taken in January, those sold in multiple offers. Having a challenging time right now with our buyers that are looking at any property type because they're selling in multiple offers.
Houses,
this is
condos,
true of like
townhouses.
everything.
Yep.
And it's literally for all of Metro Vancouver wide. So our office is in Vancouver. Vancouver's nuts. It's gone out to Burnaby. Even I have to go out to Pitt Meadows later today. You can buy a townhouse, 3-bedroom townhouse out there for $650,000, but they're going multiple too. So
because your tours this weekend are you were in Kitsilano, you were downtown, You were in Mount Pleasant yesterday, Canby.
I was in Falls Creek.
Yeah. And then today you're even going out to your North Surrey, Pitt Meadows. So you're spread
and
across
Maple Ridge.
like, that's Metro Vancouver.
Yeah, it's all, I've literally, I'll hit up every municipality in Metro Vancouver this weekend. And part of that has to do with, well, our sellers, if they're close to, like, I would say Vancouver proper, in Vancouver or just outside of that, their value is greater further out. So they're probably looking to either sell something here and then we'd help them with their purchase further out. The challenge is not getting their places sold. The challenge is getting them something to buy, to live in.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Same over here too. I think that's some, I wanted to talk about actually what we're doing to sort of onboard our clients, because it is really competitive. That is the biggest challenge, finding the right property, but also winning in multiple offers. And I think we've been onboarding our clients, just preparing them so that they can get ready to do battle in those competitive situations. So I think now more than ever, I think our client education has increased to sort of walk them through the steps beforehand, so that by the time they get there, they're ready to write a compelling offer.
Of course.
Yeah.
It has to do with that for sure, because in order to set our clients up for success, they need to know about the process. They need to kind of understand what they can expect right now in today's market. And further to that, something that I think is great right now is that all of our buyers right now are actually shopping significantly below their pre-approval max. That makes a difference, obviously, because if we had someone looking in the $700,000 range and they're actually going out to view homes that are priced at $650,000, $678,000, $699,000, virtually impossible to secure those. The listing price right now is not the price that it's selling for.
Well, yeah, and if they're doing it, if the listing agents are doing it well, they're pricing them really attractively to get multiples. So what you see is probably not what you'll end up paying if you
That's right.
want to buy the property.
Now that can change. That can change because the market's fluid, but definitely I'm seeing that right now.
Yeah. So just for our friends and viewers listening, you touched on people buying below their pre-approval. So which is huge, right? That's, one thing that they can, probably one of the most important things, the most important thing that they can do in order to set themselves up for buying a property. What would you say is when writing an offer, aside from price, what is the next most important area of writing an offer that they could be really sharp and aggressive in?
I'm glad that you asked that, because obviously there are some people that are going to write subject-free offers in this market. Yeah. It's starting to happen again. So it's going to be cash. If you need financing, as most people do, most people need a mortgage to help bridge that gap. When you're competing against a cash offer, normally you can't get it. Ways that you can make your offer competitive, though, are
just
shortening the subject removal period.
Yep.
So maybe having a 2 or 3 day subject max. Sometimes in order to do that, we might need to request an inspection beforehand to make sure that the property is okay. And then obviously scanning through, if it's a strata, you want to read all those documents before we bring the offer and not have it subject to that. Is something happening here? I can hear it too.
You're good.
No? Okay. And then, I think the first one would be like, maybe, so put it this way, if you're competing against a cash offer, and you have a financing clause, you'd have the pre-approval in place beforehand, obviously, but maybe having just the 2 day subject for that. If your offer was a lot higher than the cash one, potentially they could pick you. They still might not, but that would be something that
it's hard. You can't compete against the cash offer that's also strong in price.
You can if your price is 30 to 50K above that cash offer.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. You won't. That's the only way. So we won't get into the other points, but we did a video series a little while back that I think we're bringing back again to the attention of our clients, just to educate them on how to write a compelling offer. So if you're watching this, maybe we'll post the link somewhere. It's in our Instagram, in our IGTV. It's how to write a compelling offer. It's about 6 or 8 video segments. I highly suggest that you watch it so that you can get geared up. And then we're also going to have it on YouTube as well.
Yeah, please watch it. It will help you substantially.
Totally. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. So moving on from that, anything else you want to talk about in Vancouver, or you want to talk about maybe some rental related things? And
no, what did I touch on then here? Just interesting though, the benchmark price, which is just, it's an average really.
Okay.
But benchmark price in Metro Vancouver right now is $1,056,000.
That's combined houses, condos, townhouses, and that's Greater Vancouver though.
Yeah, all of Metro Vancouver. Sorry, wait.
Greater Vancouver. Okay, Metro Vancouver includes
Metro
the
Vancouver.
Fraser Valley. That includes the Fraser Valley. Greater Vancouver does not. I just want to, just to be specific. Are you looking at Real Estate Board of Greater Vancouver stats?
I'm looking at Real Estate Board of Greater Vancouver right now.
So that's just Greater Vancouver.
It's just Greater Vancouver.
I believe so.
Yeah. No, it is. It's just Greater Vancouver.
Yeah. So that they cut it off at the Fraser River.
They did. Yeah.
But it's like Whistler all the way to.
So it's
like,
Burnaby, Coquitlam, Maple Ridge, New Westminster, North Vancouver, Pitt Meadows, Port Coquitlam, Port Moody, Richmond, South Delta, Squamish, Sunshine Coast, Vancouver, West Vancouver, and Whistler.
So it goes across the Fraser, because Richmond and Delta, but not Surrey, not Langley.
No, that's the Fraser Valley Board. But speaking of that, because I'm going to be out there later today, insane. I'm actually nervous for. I'm nervous for the tour just because it's so crazy, and literally they've done it properly, I guess. But we're all staggered back to back for the showings. Now, if you're looking at Strata right now on any type of tour, you almost need to leave an additional 5 or 10 minutes for viewings, because with the COVID protocols, it's easy to hit a bottleneck. Like we did awesome on our tour yesterday on the west side. Yeah, but it was because everything worked out perfectly, and it was so tight though.
Yeah,
it was so close.
Sorry about that.
No, it was good. It was good.
All right.
What else do I want to talk about? No, nothing, just upward pressure. I'm getting this question a lot from our clients out here though. We have clients that are in entry-level detached houses looking to move their family into something larger. And that's really challenging right now to accomplish, because
100%.
obviously the land value for everything has gone up substantially. So just the lot value, not even talking about the house. And the inventory levels for anything livable that you could renovate or, just move into right away. There's nothing really out there. So they're competing. It's like 20, 30 offers. It's insane, but how are they supposed to move up? So we've been working on securing some off-market properties. I've been talking to a lot of people directly, okay, because these homes are not on the market.
Yeah,
same. So the only thing that is left to do is that I have to go pound the pavement, see if anyone is a willing seller. And what we did we're working on right now with one of our clients is there's an off-market property that would work for them. We would still do a subject to sale, okay, but the benefit is that this property is not on the market, so we're not competing with anybody.
Yeah,
and we have the time.
Pressure.
That's right. There's less time pressure, so we still have to make sure that we can sell our client's home. We need to maximize their value in order to make it work, but that's what I'm working on right now too. That's a lot more challenging.
Yeah.
But we're doing it.
They'll be lucky. They'll be lucky if it gets stitched up properly.
I know.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
Good job. Good job. Yeah, I'm out here too. I've been making a point of door knocking every day, looking for stuff that our clients are looking for that's not on the market, just to avoid the competition.
Hardly anyone does that.
Yeah, it's true. Anyhow,
what else is on the agenda? What else? Oh, some Airbnb. I wanted to talk.
Airbnb
let's go back to that.
Okay. Well, okay. So we had that that sale in January of our client's place. There's a 1-bedroom downtown. They were running it as an Airbnb. They were making very good revenue pre-COVID, and the post-COVID rental rates were maybe about a 40% reduction in pre-COVID rental rate for Airbnb, which is significant.
And I believe it.
It's still cash flowed, but it wasn't like cash flow positive in a big way like it was before. I think there's still going to be, like, when COVID recovers, who knows when that is, but eventually I think the numbers will be back. But I just want to talk about Victoria because that's affected Victoria's Airbnbs, and
Yeah.
the Airbnbs in Victoria were growing at a rapid rate. They were increasing about 50% per year. So the number of Airbnbs privately owned on the market were increasing 50% per year over the last 5 years or so. COVID has caused that number to be reduced by about 30%.
Wow, that's very significant.
In the last year. The vacancy rate overall for long-term rentals, they say it doubled. Okay, but that's not, it doesn't mean much because it went from like 1% to 2%. So vacancy for long-term rentals is still really low. And they're reporting an increase in the rent price for 1 bedrooms and 2 bedrooms.
Okay, I could see why that would happen.
Yeah.
Like this makes sense as well because Victoria is a huge tourist destination, and people are not really, unless they're local from the mainland, going over even for vacationing.
Yeah, well, and I think there's a lot of people moving out here too, and they're testing it out for a year or so before buying.
Sure.
So you have a lot of those people renting, and so at the beginning of COVID, I was concerned, and I think a lot of people that owned property in like around universities were concerned. You know, what's going to happen with these real estate prices, because there's a lot of courses that are online now. Are they going to need the same student housing supply?
Yeah.
And so the long-term rentals near the university here there's very low vacancy. And what I just found out was the university cut a lot of the student housing they were supplying. Okay, so last year,
that's relevant.
Last year they supplied 2,150 student housing rooms. This year they reduced it by 1,350. So 1,350 got shut down temporarily, I guess. And so they've only got 800 beds for students. So that's kept, a little door slamming here. That's kept a lot of students living in the community instead of student housing. So that's, kept the prices up.
So I'm really glad that you mentioned that, because I didn't even think, I actually thought that I had concern as well that the vacancy rates near the universities would go up. But the fact that you said that they cut the student housing, that's so significant, because eventually, who knows when this will be, when classes start again, they'll still need housing somewhere. I wonder what the process would be.
They have classes, right?
Oh, do they? Okay.
They're still there. Like, but there's a lot of online too, but classes are still in session here, like even, UBC, SFU.
Most of the people out here are just going in to write the exams. That's why they're not really like in class.
Just through door knocking the neighborhood near UVic, met a lot of students. Rents are pretty good. So some of these houses you could buy for 900,000, maybe 950, and they're renting. You've got like a 3-bedroom suite down for 2,500 a month, and upstairs is a 3-bedroom for, call it $2,500 a month, which is $5,000 a month for $900,000 or $950,000 house.
So is it cash flow positive then at that price right now? I haven't run the numbers.
Yeah, they are. With 20% down, that would break even compared to Vancouver, where you'd probably be feeding it, I don't know, $600,000 or $800,000 a month. Sorry, $600 or $800 a month.
Yeah. Still though, who wants to do that?
Yeah,
then it's not a
totally.
That's not the best type of
just
cash
a drain
flow
on you.
Totally.
Yeah, so very easy. Well, it used to be very easy to buy property out here that cash flowed. Now, because of the competition, that's the main hurdle. But if you can buy one, it's still gonna be relatively cash flow positive.
Well, you've been going out hunting some of those properties, right?
I have. I'm trying to do one right now. I'm actually going to write an offer on one probably after this call because it's been a little while since we've been going back and forth with this seller. So we'll see if it can be bought, and
Amazing.
I'll report back depending on what happens. Yeah.
Well, I guess, is there anything else that you want to touch on today? What time is it? Oh,
About
I'm still good for
just
time.
after 11.
I gotta go on my tour in a bit because,
Yeah, we
oh,
won't be too
lockbox
long.
keys too.
Yeah, you can use your phone, right?
I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna renew the card just in case because sometimes the phone doesn't work depending on the type of lockbox that they have.
Yeah.
And I don't want to go all the way out to that property with the client. Like it's time
Yeah.
sensitive and not have access to it. So
Yeah.
I'll stack it just in case.
Okay. What do I have questions about Vancouver?
Tell me. I mean, the sales to active ratio, we already talked about upward pressure on pricing.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm very happy that the condo market, so in our newsletter for whatever it was, the beginning of February, we talked about there's going to be a slingshot effect where the increase in house prices was going to pull up the condo prices, and
that's happened.
And it's happening right now, and I'm really thankful of that for our clients that own condos, because I know it's been a quiet few years for some of them.
Mm-hmm.
There hasn't been any appreciation, so I really hope that this pulls them up and gets them into the green and gets them into a lot of positive equity. So for them, I hope it continues.
That's starting to happen right now for our clients that we're trying to get ready to put on the market in condos. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we got the clients that are still trying to buy, but anyway, hopefully they.
And then the ones that are still, unfortunately, we're going to work on it, guys. Don't worry, but stuck in their detached homes because they can't move to something larger yet. There's no inventory.
Yeah.
There's no inventory.
No, it's a conundrum. Anyway.
It'll work.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for making the time this morning. I appreciate that.
For sure.
Let me know what happens with
let
me know what happens with that cash flow property later.
I will. And I'll let if we get it signed up, then I'll let our viewers know. So maybe we can do the same for them.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay.
Well, have a productive and powerful day.
Thank you. You too. Good luck on the tours. Make sure you hydrate, eat, do all those things. Rest.
Vitamins.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to. Thanks.
Okay. All right, Tone.
Bye, War.
Bye.